The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and then we can split, Hillsborough River Green Fest. I think that's how we initially got connected, Dustin. I
Yeah.
think I DM'd you like, what the hell's in this chemical? What are they doing? And you've actually looked into it, and you've looked at the chemical, you've looked at the company that makes the chemical, at how much, parts per million or whatever is harmful to the water, and we're exceeding it.
Yeah. So it's called Bright Dyes, I believe. It's a
Mhm.
powder. The city spends about $16,000 in, I can't remember the exact amount. It's an exorbitant amount of chemical powder. And by the chemicals website, it's actually tracer dye. It's used to find leaks in water systems. And you're supposed to use it 1 part per billion, I believe is what their chemical says to use. But we're using a lot more than that in the river. And so my initial reasoning behind this was, obviously I love the Hillsborough River. And I've said many times before, it's a 27,000-year-old river that we should be protecting, like the 27,000-year-old river that it is, not treating it like it's a retention pond in somebody's backyard, right? So why are we dumping green chemicals in the river to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? And I started a petition 3 years ago, I think. Yeah. And it kind of took off. I was like, maybe I'm the only one that cares about it, but the only one way to find out.
Mhm.
Then it had 1,000, then it had 2,000, 3,000. I think we're close to 7,000 signatures now.
Wow.
Multiple news outlets were reaching out and wanted to do reports on it and everything. So yeah, that was my reasoning, because
Look at that, man.
it's great. I mean, it's like,
That can't be healthy.
and I've never said like, don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Like, I celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I'm
Do you
Irish.
You drink green beer?
I'll drink green
Okay.
beer, as long as this isn't what's making it green.
Right.
But like, have a party, celebrate it, but why are we turning the river green to do so? This is a part of it that doesn't make, and I've asked anybody and everybody, why are we doing that? And nobody's come up with a good reason.
Well, Chicago's kind of, I think, what people think of, right? When they think of a green river. Chicago does that every year. Let them do it. Why
Yeah,
the
we
hell
weren't
do
even the
have to do
first one. It wasn't even our idea.
And maybe from an environmental perspective, because they're in a lake river system, maybe it makes more sense to do it. Maybe their environment is less sensitive to it. Clearly, everything we've talked about today says this is just
It's crazy.
exacerbating an issue.
And they'll tell you that it'll dissipate in, I think they said 8 hours. And last year I went out and took pictures, and it was in the water system for 3 days.
So Dustin's advocacy on this and the energy created from that has put Tampa Bay Waterkeeper in a position where we have met with the city on this issue, and there is sort of ongoing conversation about the practice. So they are willing to talk about this, and the $16,000. That's what it was.
Yeah,
That's actually this whole event is sponsored by a bank.
Yeah, correct.
So like the Waterkeeper, in us, the approach is like, well, why don't we get another bank to sponsor something that's like the anti-dye the river green,
And this petition was
an
all
idea.
me too. Like, we didn't go about it with Waterkeeper. This is my personal agenda.
So this
thing
was
that I
not
started.
through Tampa Bay Waterkeeper. And
No,
this-
Dustin was like,
me
what
on my
the,
own.
why is the river? Why is the river?
I got
green?
mad about it.
well,
one
clearly
day.
a lot of people are paying attention to
Yeah.
this. I mean, that's how you're here now, right? That's how
I guess
we
so,
got
yeah.
connected.
But to be clear, though, the board, the organization, though, has acted on the energy from that, and we're, I don't know, what this event is going to look like this year, but there's at least conversation about the practices and the procedures. And I will say that, like, where this is right now, there's a bloom. We don't know if it's harmful, but I mean, if you go to the Tampa Bay Waterkeeper Instagram page.
There's pictures I took last week of Cruisicade by Armature Works right underneath the North Bee Bridge of the river, looking just like that, but it's an algae bloom.
Yeah, so look at that picture, and then if you go back, David, to the last water quality test we did, I think it's the one to the right of
top right.
Yeah, the picture at the top right with the water quality. Yeah, go to the next page. Someone sent that to us.
Wow.
And not,
That's what we're already dealing with, and then we want to put chemicals on top of it.
Hey guys, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, click right here. Make sure to subscribe by clicking right here. Thank you for watching.